Provocative Podcast. It is currently Wednesday, November 15th right now, guys. It's been a few days since the Provocative Experience, which was on Saturday, and I am still like, it's crazy that it's already been 4 days since the event. It's a weird feeling going from focusing on an event for so long and then like not having an event to focus on. Of course, I stay busy with other things, but the event like took up all of my time and energy and my stress, which did put I will say planning an event just is a whole other stress level. If you guys have planned anything, birthday parties, whatever, you guys know that planning an event is really stressful, and this was definitely up there on my list of things that have stressed me the most. But it was beautiful. It was beautifully executed. Everything was exactly what I had hoped for, which I didn't, because of the amount of effort that I had put in and that others around me put in. I knew that it was going to be, I had no doubts in my mind that it wasn't going to be up to my standard. But it was just so cool to see it so well executed. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who came out of state to come visit me, and everyone who came obviously from here, from Houston too. Like, I appreciate every single person that came. But yeah, some of you guys drove 7+ hours just to come be part of this event. I had people from LA, New York, Seattle, Indiana, in New York, I was like, there was one more in New York, yeah, Miami. There was like so many people from so many different places, and it was just amazing, guys. I woke up that morning at 4 a.m. to do my hair and my makeup, and I was like a little worried that like I was going to be extremely tired throughout the day, because obviously planning up to the day I was getting things ready. Friday, I had things to do and things like that. So I was like, oh my God, I hope I'm not super tired the day of the event. And I wasn't. I didn't have a single drop of caffeine. Ashley brought me coffee from a model, and she's like, here's your coffee. But I was like, I'm about to go say hi to people. I don't want to have coffee breath. So I decided to leave it, and I didn't get to drink it. And I was running purely on like the energy that everyone was giving me in that room. For those of you that came, you guys know, as soon as I walked out, we played that video that Art made me, my entrance video. And I had watched it before, and the first time I watched it, it made me cry. And then I watched it again the second time, which I was like all happy about. I watched it again the third time. I was all, same thing. I didn't cry the second or third time. So I had already watched it a few times, but when I was watching it on the side, knowing that I had to come out to all these women and like also just see like, oh my God, this is like this dream is coming true. I just could not hold it together. I thought for a second I was gonna just like fall apart on stage, but I was like, in my head, I kept thinking about Chris's voice, like, pull it together, baby. You got this. Pull it together. You got this. And I was like, you cannot just like cry in front of everyone for like 5 minutes straight. You're not alone in your bathroom. But it was amazing. Everyone like started cheering me on, and I think that just like let my guard down, and I was just so happy to be up on that stage, and it was weirdly so natural to me. I don't know how, because I was a little nervous, but I do think that like just being, on the podcast every week, speaking on here every week has really helped me with like speaking in public. I also think it's very different when you know that you're speaking to people who love you, who support you, who really want to be there for you. If I was talking in like a business seminar with like, other people, I have no clue who they are, and like men and women who are just like staring at me like, why is she up on stage? I would actually be a lot more nervous. But the fact that you guys were coming to learn from me, and like you guys were there to love me and like support me, I could feel the energy in that room, guys. And at first it was crazy because I could see everyone was really nervous, and then I put you guys through an activity just to let your guard down, and then I feel like everyone just really got like, they became more comfortable with each other. And I cannot wait to keep doing these every year, guys. It was definitely an experience I'll always remember. I learned so much about myself, about my business. I learned just so much. I feel like I came out of this so much stronger. I proved to myself again that I could go through with something I really wanted to do, because I'm not going to lie, there was plenty of times, 2 or 3 times, that I told Chris, like, I'm going to cancel the event. I'm going to cancel the event. There's no way I can come. It's going to come through. There's no way. Like, I'm just so stressed. The financials of it all too, like, cause it took a lot of financially from me as well. So I was like, I'm going to cancel the event. And in my heart, I knew I didn't want to, but like, you start doubting yourself so much. And then I was like, okay, no, let me just take a breather. Cause like, take a breather. And I was like, I'm not going to cancel it. It's just me like letting out all my frustration. And I'm just so glad like to finally have been able to see it through. And it was 100% worth everything. Being in that room with so many amazing women who are doing amazing things, and they're all doing things for themselves, and just having the courage to be there by yourself. There were so many women there alone, and it was just extraordinary to see. Because being alone, going somewhere alone, takes a lot of freaking courage, guys. And to be in a room full of women who are like, you know what, I'm scared as hell, but I'm going to go, and I want to be surrounding myself with other women who are, like me, who have goals like me, is going to be worth it. And every single person left that day telling me how much it meant to them, like that they were so glad they came. There were so many of them that was like, my husband told me to come and I didn't really want to come, and I'm just so glad I came. And everyone said the same thing, and I'm so grateful for every single person. And so that's a little recap of the event on Saturday. What I wanted to talk to you guys about this week is a little bit about what I learned from the event, and just like what I learned about myself too. If you allow yourself to believe you're capable of great things, you will achieve great things. And I talked about it, and I'm not going to do the same speech as I said at the event, but I am just so proud of myself. It's hard to tell yourself that you're proud of yourself. And this is one of the things that I learned at the event, was so many women were so goal driven and have achieved so much. Every single person I had talked to, one of the girls I talked to, what was her name? Started with a C. I don't know. I met so many Claudias, Marlene. I don't know, girls. I love you guys all so much, but I'm horrible with names. But I know the faces. She retired her mom, and so many women are like, I've been doing this, been doing that. And the number one thing that I got from them was that they were really hard on themselves. And I think sometimes it's really hard for us to really take a step back and say, you know what? I'm proud of you. I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me for doing what I'm doing, for not quitting, for going through with my goals and going through with that, with what I said I was going to do. And that was me, like, even after this event, like, it was weird because I was on this high, and then I came down on a low. And like, it's because, you're surrounded with yourself with so many people, and it's high energy, and then you come back to reality, and sometimes it can kind of sink you down a little bit because the tiredness and everything hits. But yesterday I was like just by myself, and I was like, man, I'm so proud of myself. Like, and this morning too, when I was driving to my class, I was like, I'm so proud of myself. Like, it's rare when I say that to myself, like, yes, I love who I am and I'm proud of how far I've come. But like with this year and the hardships that I've had, I haven't really been like proud of the way that I've reacted to things. And just because, I'm always so hard on myself, right? I didn't react to anything super bad, but I'm always like, you got to do better. You got to do better. And this event reminded me that, we're all working really hard, but we definitely need to really take a step back and appreciate how far we've come, and not allow society and outside things make us feel pressure to do things any faster than what we should be doing them. Everything comes at its own pace. You are where you're supposed to be right now. You are going to be where you're supposed to be as long as you keep working, but there's no sense of rushing the process. Getting there quicker isn't going to mean that you're going to get there better, right? I feel like, if anything, going through the journeys that I've gone through the hardships, I've learned more about myself. I've learned how to work with people better. I've learned how to be more patient and kind to myself. And this was just another reminder that, yes, I've worked really hard, and now it's time to celebrate. Now it's time to say, damn, Jasmine, I'm proud of you. And I really feel like I am at this new level that I haven't reached before. And I really allowed myself the last few days to just be like, damn, like, it doesn't mean I have to go and pop bottles. You don't have to go pop bottles every weekend or whatever. I didn't go out and celebrate. And everyone, I feel like there was this pressure of expectation to go out and celebrate. But it was more, for me, it was like, I'm celebrating being here with my close friends and family, and they're all proud of me. And like, I don't need to pop bottles and show the internet that I'm proud of myself. I'm just like sitting here and taking it all in. I had my close friends, my sisters, my husband here with me. We drank some wine. We watched a movie, and that to me was like most important than going out anywhere and celebrating. Like, it was really, really good for me. And to take these last few days, due to a couple of days after the event, to really just make sure to let it all sink in, and really realize what I did and what I created, and a safe space that I created for everyone. And it also allowed me to see how strong my words are. You know, sometimes I'm just like, well, I'm just speaking, and I do know that it influences you guys, but I forget that I have this like power. I just think of myself as any other person. I talk to you guys as if you guys were my friends. And I love that you guys feel like you guys are my friends. That was the number one thing that you guys loved about the event, was like, you know, it's scary when you go and you meet someone that you admire, and you are nervous because sometimes they're not what they seem to be on social media. And I've come across that, right? Like, you go and meet someone and then they end up being like kind of snobby or whatever. But everyone was like, you're literally just so genuine and loving. And like, it's like incredible to see that. And you guys know that I treat you guys just as I would treat any one of my close friends. And I want you to feel like what I'm giving to you is just like, oh, my friend was here, if Aurelie or anyone was sitting in my chair, this is the kind of pep talk that I would give them. So I lost my train of thought a little bit there, but it was just, going back to, doing things for you, and being proud of yourself. And I'm just so grateful, like, for who I am and everything that I've accomplished. And that you guys, one of the things that I said starting my journey, it was my fitness journey, but my social media journey was always be authentically myself. And you guys got to see a little bit of that in the video that we played in the intro, but I've stayed true to who I am. And I'm just so grateful for that, because it really allows you to be proud of who you are when you are authentically yourself, and you don't have to put this persona for anyone else. You embrace the good, you embrace the bad, you accept the bad. And like I stated on Saturday, you take the power away from other people when you accept your bad, because people will love to point your faults in your faces and try to, make you feel bad for your bads. But when you accept all the shitty parts of yourself, you take power away from them, because you accept them. You know that they're part of you, but you also know that you can work on them. So anyways, that was just one of the things that I learned, was to be kinder to ourselves, and to really like take a moment and be proud of how far you've come, because we are so wanting to rush this life and impatient with it, and wanting things so fast, but it all comes when it's supposed to come. So the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys that I learned was putting yourself first. And like, a lot of the things that I got for feedback from you girls were that you guys were really struggling a lot with is like letting other people influence your decisions, letting your family, when you come from first generation, how to break that stigma, that mold. How do you do that? You do that by doing what's best for you. You do that by, yes, being considerate of your family and being considerate of others. But if you are living your life to please others, you will never be happy. You will never accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. So putting yourself first and realizing, you know what? I have me. I got me. I need to do what I think is right for me. I may make mistakes, but I'll learn from them, and it's okay, because I know that I trust myself, and I know that I'm doing things because I think they're right. There's a difference between doing things when you think they're right and doing things out of a rebellious, or doing things in spite of, or resentment, right? Those are two completely different things. When you know that you're doing things for yourself to better your life because it's going to make you a better person, then it's different, right? And I think that's when you should really put yourself first. And it's hard, right, to not listen to the outside noise, and it's hard not to be influenced by what other people's opinions of you are, and what your family and everything. But when you put yourself first, you can truly live in happiness, and you can show up as the best version of yourself for others. I do that. I put myself first. And I think that's why I've been so happy the last few years, because I completely accept my good and I completely accept the bad. And I take power over allowing other people to make me feel bad about the choices that I have made, because, they're not paying my bills. They're not doing the things for me. I'm doing things for myself. And as long as I'm okay with my life and I'm okay with my husband and my family's taken care of and my friends are taken care of, that's all that matters to me. And that was the number one thing that I got from a lot of people, where a lot of you girls were saying, I'm scared because my family thinks this of me, or they think I work too hard or this and that. And it's just letting other people's opinions affect the way that you are. And if you know that things are right for you, do the things that are right for you. Be better so you can show up for the people that are there for you. And, for me, I'm going to keep showing up for the people that are here for me. It was also this event was a huge learning lesson of who's really there in my life, and maybe it's time for you to really take a look into who's there for you in your life, who really is there to support you. I had a lot of people too say, like, oh, I have friends who just make passive aggressive moves, or they don't understand my lifestyle. Fucking drop them. Drop the shitty people who are continuously not supporting you, who are making fun of you, who are being passive aggressive. You don't need that sort of behavior in your life. You don't need those comments in your life. If people aren't there to support you when you're getting up, get rid of them. There's no need for that. I really like this event to put in perspective who really is there for me and who showed up for me. So many, I've had, a lot of friends along my life, and I've never felt the amount of support that I feel now with all my friends. And it is truly amazing. And, Chris and I were driving. It's making me a little emotional. We were driving yesterday or 2 days ago, and he asked me, he was like, did everyone you expect show up for you or message you? And I was like, yeah. For the first time in my life, everyone that means something to me in my life, that I hold dear to my heart, every single person that I love messaged me and loved me. And if they weren't able to make it, made sure I knew that they were proud of me. And it is an amazing feeling to feel that. There was also people that I knew were trying or want to be my friend but didn't show up for me, but that also shows me the type of person that they are, right? If a person doesn't show up for you at all, doesn't check in with you, doesn't support you when you feel like you need to be supported, then they're not going to, as in for me, they're not going to take my time. I will never be rude to anyone, and I will always try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But now I'm in this new era of my life is in where I should know who I am. I know how much energy and value I bring to someone, because I want to help everyone succeed so bad that if you don't want me to, if I can see that you don't care and to support me and to celebrate my successes, then I don't want you to be part of my life. I don't have the energy and I don't have the time to allow people who don't support other women into my life. And I'm really grateful for every single person and every single woman that I have in my life right now. So if you're listening to me and you know who you are, my close dear friends, I am just so grateful for every single one of you who is confident in themselves to be my friend, who knows who they are, and who loves me and supports me and wants the best for me, because it is really hard to come around good friendships. And I encourage you all to take a look at your life. If you feel like you're struggling, if you feel like, people aren't supporting you and if you feel alone, I know it's hard, and I know it's growing and changing is extremely hard, but letting people go that aren't there for you is the first step. And you will probably mourn them, and that's okay. It's all part of life, but you will come out stronger and you will meet the right people in your life. I'm just really grateful for where I'm at and letting go and really putting myself in the process of growth, as hard as it can be, and shedding this old layer of me has been really, really hard. But every single person in that room on Saturday learned that that's what they need to do in order to become this new version of themselves. You have to be willing to let go and shed this old version of you if you're trying to step into this new, better version. And it's hard. You're going to get growing pains. No one teaches you how hard it is to actually go into a growing journey, to really dig deep and accept your ugly, and really like let the victimized mindset go, when you placing blame on everyone, your parents and everything else, go, and just taking responsibility of who you are so that you can move forward is really hard. But the moment that you do that, you can really step into this new empowered version of yourself. And I learned just as much as you guys did during this event. And if you weren't able to come to mine, please don't think that I take it like, I know that everyone has their life going on there. I did a little poll which made to ask everyone why if they were wanting to come, why they couldn't come. I know it was close to the holidays. I know traveling is expensive. Please don't think that because you didn't come, I don't think that you guys support me. By all means, that's not the case. If you listen to anything in of the podcast since I made it to now, or liked a single photo, or supported me with YouTube or anything, I love you guys so much and I appreciate you guys. Please don't think that I don't think you guys do by not coming. But if you can surround yourself with good people, even if it's not in my event, go to different events, put yourself out there so that you guys can feel empowered, because every single person in that room was so grateful to be there. When you surround yourself with people who want to do better, it makes you want to be better. And I already had so many of my friends and so many of you girls message me already telling me that you guys are already taking the big step into having a new hair salon or a new job or whatever it was. I had so many different messages. I had so many say, oh, I got new business because of this. I got a new job because I met this person here. And that's what I wanted the event. So the goal for the event, to just bring women together, to help them build community, is 100% accomplished. And I'm just so grateful for everyone who was able to be a part of that, and everyone who has supported the podcast up until now. 2024 Provocative Experience is going to happen. I'm just still trying to give myself a little bit of a break, work on other things until I start planning it. But some of y'all are already ready. And I promise you guys, I will give you guys, I guess 3 months wasn't enough notice. I'll give you guys a little bit more notice. But before we end it, don't forget to follow our new project, Our Next Move 2023, right? Our Next Move 2023 on Instagram. I can't talk about it too much, but you guys know the drill. Our Next Move 2023. Go follow the Instagram and support it, because the commercial is about to launch very, 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 very soon. I have a busy month ahead of me. This weekend we leave to Vegas for the Formula One. The hubby and I are very, very excited. We are Mercedes fans. We are Lewis Hamilton's fans. Hubby is just a Lewis Hamilton fan, I think. I am a Lewis Hamilton and Leclerc fan. Those two, if they winning, I'm happy. If they're winning, I'm also a little bit of a fan. It's funny because I have different guys and they're all on different teams. Like I love Lewis Hamilton. I am 100% ride or die Lewis Hamilton for Mercedes and Toto Wolff. I think I love Mercedes more for Toto Wolff than I do for Lewis Hamilton, but I do love Leclerc with Ferrari, and I actually really do like Lando Norris from McLaren. So I'm all like, if I could wear a shirt with all three of them, I would, but it's not going to happen like that. But anyways, the first Formula One race in Vegas is happening this weekend, and I will be there. I'm really excited. So if you're in Vegas this weekend, hit up your girl. We have a few dinner reservations, and we should have a really good time. And then it's back to work and Thanksgiving. We have a lot of things planned, and some exciting news for you guys. That's going to be a lot of work for me, but actually it's not exciting news for you guys. It's just exciting news for me, and you guys get to be a part of it, but you guys will get to find out soon enough. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast episode. Hope you guys, it gave you a little recap of the event, and I'll catch you guys when I come back. Bye.